Hello and welcome to the interview here on France 24. Today we're in Beijing talking to dissident and artist Ai Weiwei. Mr. Ai, thank you for joining us today. In 2011 you spent 81 days in prison on allegations of tax fraud. Your business license has still been taken away. What's your current situation?
My current situation, as they described as a free man, they dropped every charge, and it's just like nothing ever happened. That is a very strange condition to me, just see yourself have been through this much difficulty, but same time, the one put you in such a dramatic situation tells you nothing ever happened. I remember about 50 years ago, my father was put in exile for 20 years. After 20 years, he comes back. The people who is responsible told him, we're wrong, and nothing ever happened. So this is very, very strange to me, but we cannot have a clear interpretation of this. And I'm a free man, but I don't have rights to travel. I don't have a passport, and otherwise I'm quite free.
You're not allowed out of China at the moment. You can barely leave your studio. How do you actually continue your work as an artist?
I can leave my studio. I can travel in China, but I cannot leave China. I cannot go to Hong Kong or any place else. Work as artist, which is okay. China is quite big, and I don't need that much space. And my space is on internet. But on Chinese internet, I cannot type my name on it, or anybody cannot mention me. If they mention me, their message will be deleted, because I'm existing in China as a person which doesn't exist. So you cannot even criticize me because you cannot mention my name. So we have to use internet aboard with special technology, get on Twitter and Google, and in there we can find quite a lot of friends. I have 100,000 or almost 200,000 followers, and we chat there every day.
You recently held an exhibition in Washington. What do you think the current status of Chinese artists is globally?
I have an exhibition in Washington, D.C., Hirshhorn, which is my first major exhibition in United States. And of course, I love to be there, but I can't. Then I realized maybe that's okay. Maybe I don't have to go to an exhibition anymore. Maybe I don't have to be an artist to make exhibitions in the museum, because first, my condition is not allowing me to do so. Second, maybe there's other way to do art, to communicate. I think today with the internet, I provide such a great opportunity for anybody to express itself, and for me already, I already use that for years, and I know how to use it, and I have a lot of people willing to share with my ideas. So I think that's a great tool to do it.
In your current situation, is it actually possible for you to continue with your activism, with your activist work?
I never see my so-called activism as political activism. I am an artist. Freedom of expression is part of my duty and job. And to say the truth, to share my views with the audience, is about communication. So for other people, maybe you call it a political activism. For me, it's just part of my art.
Which artists do you yourself admire the most?
I admire artists who can always put themselves identify with greater ideas. I admire Anish Kapoor, who just made the Gangnam Style dance, and with all those museums, New York MoMA, Guggenheim, and Los Angeles Museum, and all those museums, new museums, and also admire Elton John, who just had a very large, musical events in Beijing, and on this his performance, he dedicates this to freedom and to the spirit of justice. I really admire people like this. I think that's most important for any individual to express their support on freedom and on justice.
China's Communist Party has just held its once-in-a-decade leadership changeover. Do you think the new leadership of the Communist Party is going to back off away from cyber activists like yourself?
I don't think so. I think maybe for the world that's new leadership, but for me or for Chinese, this is nothing new. We have been shifting leadership for decades, or many times. It always turned out, it's nothing new there. I don't know if there's a future for political activism, but there's a future for people who loves freedom, loves justice. I think there's always future, because those rights it belongs to the life, and that's everybody have to protect it. There's a bright future for that.
What would you like to see from the incoming government, from the new leadership that's going to take over in March?
What I expect? I don't have much respect, actually, because there's a lacking of communication, it's a lacking of discussion, lacking of a goodwill or even a good intent. So if somebody like me be seen as an enemy of a state, I think then there's almost no expectations, because I'm just an artist, an individual, and I have a full intention for a better society. But if you see what I have been through, then it's quite a disillusion.
We were just talking about the once-in-a-decade leadership changeover here. What was your take on the Congress?
We don't understand, because it's really internal meeting within the party. Second, as a party member, I don't think they understand. This is always a top secret. It's always announced with a big surprise.
How do you view the dismissal of Bo Xilai from the party?
I think anybody, if has been seen as a criminal or a violator of law, has to be tried fairly. Doesn't matter what kind of crime. It always have to be tried openly, with transparency, and with full facts. Otherwise, it's another crime.
The government's been encouraging nationalistic tendencies recently, in particular over the disputed Diaoyu Islands with Japan. What is your take on that?
I cannot give a description about this party. I think the so-called anti-Japanese movement is a very pitiful kind of act, because in today to use this kind of hatreds against another nation is ridiculous.
How do you see the future of China in terms of increased liberalization?
I cannot predict. I think China will change, but we don't know We don't have a clear answer when and how.
What is the biggest challenge now facing the party and its legitimacy in holding on to power?
Well, I think the party have to gain the support from the people. They first have to trust the people. They have to work for the people. They have to understand those people are the foundation. And so they have to give them the very essential rights. Let them vote. Let them to be bear responsibilities. Otherwise, it's never going to be better.
Ai Weiwei, thank you very much indeed. That was Chinese artist and dissident Ai Weiwei, and that was the interview on France 24.